5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're old, rolling like a geezer.
Hey, where's the beef?
We're against people.
You know, when I first saw that trailer or that opening for Wildcats cartoon, I thought, God, didn't we do this already? And then I realized it was the Malibu trailer opening that I used. It was so incredibly similar to that. And I guess that's just 90s cartoons for you folks. Welcome, everybody. It is time for Graybeard's Studio. This is episode 120. And we have a special guest today. Andy Smith is joining us. And he's the one who said we should do Image comics. So all of you guys complaining to me about Image, blame Andy. I'm completely innocent because I do what I can to make guests feel comfortable here in Graybeard's Studio. Here's a guy who goes out of his way to make everybody feel uncomfortable. It is, of course, David Williams. Hello, David. You're muted. He's probably getting a sandwich or something.
Oh, sorry.
I
had to finish wiping. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to bring in a guy who he travels the countryside. Well, let's be honest, leeching off of his friends, but he's finally back home. And from what I understand, he took quite a few leftovers from David's house with him. It's Gary Martin. Hello, Gary.
Yes, I'm still glowing in the after flow of David's hospitality.
Looks like
aside from that, I just realized that when I show photographs to other people, pictures of my kids to them, what I want to hear is, oh, how nice, they're attractive, what great looking kids. What I don't want to hear them say is, oh, big deal, I've got pictures of your kids too.
Is this a what's Gary's beef for today? Are you previewing or is it? Okay. All right. Here's a guy who wishes he had more friends than he does, but he's working hard at it. Please welcome Dan Lawless.
Hey guys, want to be my friend?
Dan had this great joke in the green room before we came on, and I said, Dan, you have one good joke finally, and you waste it off air.
I know.
So it was just.
So it's not going to be a good day at all.
No, probably not. But
by the way, you blew Gary's joke because you started laughing before he finished the punchline, which was, "I've got what you said. Big deal. I've got pictures of them too."
Yeah. No, we heard it.
Wasn't that the end of it, or did I?
Yeah, we heard it.
Okay, so Aaron, you laughed before you finished it.
It was an uncomfortable laugh.
We saw it coming.
Okay. I love how Gary is color coordinated today with their logos. Well, he's got the orange, so I didn't know what else.
You guys, we always talk. People in the chat always say, "Hey, why don't you get so and so? Hey, you know what you guys should do? You should get so and so to come on the show." And so we invite people, and a lot of times they turn us down. Sometimes they say yes. This guest actually begged me to come on the show because he apparently had nothing else going on today. So please welcome our good friend, Andy Smith. Hello, Andy.
Hello. Begging is kind of a strong word. I think it was along the lines of my co-host Dennis on the Dennis and Andy show is on his umpteenth vacation of the year. So my afternoon's free. And then I said, so I guess I'll just come on your show. And you're like, oh my God, finally again. You're never here enough. In fact, it was weird that you said, I'd love to bounce Dan if you could make it full time. And I said, one, I would never do that to Dan. And two, I've got a show that I do. So
what I heard from the chat is they're always suggesting, like, why don't you get Todd McFarlane or Art Adams or Adam Hughes or Andy Smith?
Yeah.
right.
So you're always right there in that top 5. So I guess it all works out. But it seems to me like you and I have two very different stories. It's kind of like listening to a Republican or a Democrat talk about the LA riots. You get two totally different stories and you don't know what to believe.
I know. And it's weird because you're coming across as the Democrat in this story.
Oh my gosh. You know what we haven't done in a long time, and I know Andy won't mind, is usually when I have a guest on, we don't really spend that much time.
Wait. You're going to allow Andy to call you a effing liar?
Oh, he's used to it.
I don't know that he dropped an F-bomb in there, but
I think Aaron's picking his battles.
An effing liar would actually be better than a Democrat, actually.
Same thing.
I've been known to stretch the truth on occasion, so perhaps maybe I deserved it. I don't know. But one thing we haven't done, we have guests, is because I don't want the guests to be sitting there just, especially if they're not familiar with the format of the show. So we like to get right into it. But Andy obviously has been here several times. He gets it. And so we like to spend a little time seeing who's in the chat, say hello to you guys, and then we'll get on with the other stuff. So Creative Faye is here. She says, Creative Faye, Gary has a beef against Gary Oldman because every time someone says his name, Gary thinks they're calling him an old man.
Oh, wow.
That
did a joke. It's awesome.
Faye, that may be the worst joke I've ever heard in my life. Oh boy! But thank you for participating.
Look, when people come in with jokes, you got to encourage it because we need jokes. Okay, may not be.
I know, but we need good ones. So Creative
not necessarily.
Work harder.
That's right.
Oh,
No, if you're going to give me a bad joke, at least pay me to read it. That's, that I think is fair.
It can be mediocre. That'd be fine.
fair.
I thought it was pretty good.
Pastmaster Dan is here. Skull Nasher, Rand Arrington. Rand's got several chats. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada. How about that? Headless Bourgeoisie is joining us. There's Andy's in the chat. Eric Boyd is here. Says he sees that Andy Smith is slumming it today. That feels like an insult to me. Matthew Muma is here. Lone Star Viper. Oh, there's Dan. Dan Lawless is in the chat too. How about that? You guys are multitasking. Marcus Killigrew, purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge, is joining us. Who else we got here? Trips is here. GJ Martinez. How about that? Pantheon. Scott Christie Jones, Kellraiser, and Fallen Lowlife. I have the worst time with that one. Let's see. Skill, we got him. Sequential Treasures. James is here.
Oh, James.
He's saying, Dan Lawless better draw voodoo. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not drawing voodoo.
I kind of figured you were going to draw voodoo. That's interesting.
No, I think I actually like the Spartan character. I don't think I've actually drawn him.
He's a liar. He told me last night on the phone he's drawing the little midget leader of the group. He wears a suit.
Cigar.
What, Mike Miller?
Oh, now see,
I didn't know he led the Wildcats.
That's
I didn't know he was short.
Let's see. There's he's a monster who got in trouble last week, so hopefully he can stay out of trouble this week. Because Gary's got his finger on the eject button this week. Best Age Comics, Steve Gimblin, JP Roca, Captain Bitbo, Bipto. Sorry about that, Captain. Dumbest Name is here. And Nicholas Gear, thanks for joining us, Nicholas. There's Stealth X5 with his standard $2 contribution to the show. We appreciate it very much, Stealth. Thank you.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you.
Pitty Ma's joining us, as she often does. Now, I assume Pitty Ma's a woman.
I've met her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
She Pitty Ma, are you coming to New Jersey again?
Joycey?
Scotsman TV joining us. Says, get after it, boys. Paulus Arts. Zeno the Stoic. Something in Japanese, Baltan Asaijin is here. And there we go. Let me get this here. Scott Christie Jones for £2. That means Scott Christie Jones is all the way across the pond. First time catching you live. Best from Great Britain. Thank you so much, Scott Christie Jones. We appreciate it very much.
Boy, he's up late.
Yeah, well.
Aaron, can I interrupt you?
Please.
He's a Muster says, I am sorry for anything. Don't you mean I'm sorry for everything? What does that mean? I'm sorry for anything.
Wait a minute. If you're getting an apology, at least accept it, Gary. Don't,
He's not
now I'm confused.
It's only 10 o'clock in England
right now. He said, I'm not sorry for anything.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, he says, I'm not sorry for anything, he said. But he said gray.
Yeah.
He's having trouble typing again.
Yeah.
He's all.
See, I tried to give it a positive spin, but it didn't work.
Well, what are you going to do? Byron Smith is here wanting to see some exciting poses drawn today from Aaron and Andy. Ripped Wally Wood for boring pages on the Bros yesterday. Oh, yeah, I guess with the pressure's on us. We can't draw anything boring, Andy, or we're really going to catch hell.
Well, I mean, as long as all I have to do then is put the weight of the character on one leg so his hips are tilted, and boom, I just beat Wally Wood.
That's true.
That was Wally's downfall. Not shifting the weight.
No. I mean, I love Wally. As when it comes to technique and just storytelling, the stuff is, I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but
when it comes to dynamics, unfortunately, it's just not.
Okay. There's GJ Martinez is here for exciting poses too. N2 Paints, good to see Mr. Smith again. Okay. Let's see here. All right, Ink on Paper is here as well. I know he's not an artist, but it would be cool if you asked Mark Miller to come on and you all draw one of his characters. He's going to be on Landing Party this week, but I think we're doing it Thursday night because he's a big Star Trek fan, so you'll get to see him there.
I saw that.
All righty. Okay, so let's do a little round of show and tell. And David, you got anything you would like to share with our people out there?
Yeah. Check in the message. No, I'm just kidding.
Good Lord.
Here we go.
Hey, look at he
This
brought
is
his
from
own.
last week.
All right, hang on a second. Let me. There you go.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha, man.
That's cool.
Man, that would be so good if it like wasn't some sort of Japanese anime character.
Oh, you idiot! Gotcha Man's cool.
Oh,
Gotcha Man is off the chain.
I mean, it's a cool drawing of a really lame character, but you know.
Oh my God!
That's just
All
my
right,
opinion.
you're gonna make us lose more numbers. Golly, shut up.
Everybody loves this stuff except me.
Yeah.
No, it's a fantastic piece. I love it.
Shut up.
I do.
Shut up.
Shut up, shutting up.
Yep. Shut up, shutting up. Oh, I used to have a clip of that. I'm gonna have to get that again. I don't have it anymore.
I may have my son color it, so we'll see.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yes,
Also,
I would like to see that.
But wait, there's more.
These are still in my
See,
presence.
now we're talking. Oh, look at that. Megalith. We haven't seen him very often. Oh, that's a great one. That color one. You should do a print of that color.
Hey, go back to Megalith. I want to see that one again. Megalith's awesome. Did you guys do a Neil Adams character stream or something?
Yeah, it was
Oh, continuity, wasn't it?
Oh, continuity. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I still love that beginning of that first Megalith issue when he's pounding through the cinder block wall.
Yeah.
That's just cool.
I don't think we've done a Neil Adams episode in terms of just being Neil Adams being the winner. I think we did continuity, but which of course is Neil Adams, but there's a lot of characters there too. Those are great, and those are all still available.
Yep.
Contact David about these original pieces of artwork. These are fabulous. All right, Gary Martin. Let's see what Gary has done. Ooh, what is?
Wow, he finished.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
Yeah, I started this. This is a inking commission.
Yeah.
I started inking on it at David's, and I inked on it for about an hour, and then and stopped. It was Kevin Sharp's pencils that
Okay.
say which Queen character. And if you look, it's packed with detail, but I think he got kind of overly concerned with the detail. If you look at it closely, the proportions are really bizarre.
Yeah. Did you? Now wait. When you say this was the inking commission, is it?
This is me inking over his pencils.
Oh, so you actually had the real
directly on the pencil artwork.
Oh wow, cool.
What's wrong with the proportions?
Well, if you use her head to, use it at proportions, she's probably about 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh.
And look at the arm holding that sphere. See where the shoulder is?
Now, Andy, was it you that said that? What was that? Neil Adams famously said, or was it David? Who told me that? That it's the mistakes we make that define our style.
That's right.
Well, I've admired his work, but I never noticed that he made characters like super tall. Andy, you make your characters like dynamically tall. Am I wrong here that she's like 9 or 10 feet tall?
I mean, honestly, the arm you're talking about is long. That kind of bothers me. Once you pointed it out, I didn't really pay attention to it. But her torso and, from like her head to her crotch, because that's all we see, doesn't bother me, the proportion of it.
It doesn't bother me either, yeah.
No.
You know what I'd actually like to see on this, if anything? A little more foreshortening on the hand, a little more coming at you.
Yeah, the hand is odd.
It's a little flat. But I mean, I'm nitpicking though. This is gorgeous,
I just think Gary's a grumpy old man.
Wait, Gary, how did you do that energy stuff in the background? Did you use the liquid?
Yeah, I bought some liquid frisket.
Wow.
And just inked on top of it. And some of the frisket rolled up while I was inking, so I had to go in with some whiteout. But there's not much whiteout. It's mostly open space.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun to say. Liquid frisket.
Yep.
Brian Smith said, Will Eisner said that anatomy doesn't matter if it looks good.
It's true. I mean, look at Walt Simonson's. Sometimes he had those really small faces, and it worked beautifully. It was great. So I think if it works in your style, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
See, Dan's sticking up for him. Dan, what do you got? Anything?
I'm just covering in case I make mistakes in my drawing.
Way to start pointing crap like that out when we're about to do a drawing show.
Dan Wallace always says.
Yeah.
You got anything for us, Dan?
Yeah, I got something in the mail.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Now, hang on a second here. Unless we get a big name guest responding to some of our invites this next week, we will be inking these live.
Oh, no shit.
Show. Yep.
Well, so who are you inking?
I am inking David Williams.
What do you got? That's cool, Dana. That'll be fun to see you ink.
Yeah, I never ink, and so this is going to be interesting. And I think it's, thankfully, it's not too complicated. I might be able to not ruin it.
Well, I left it open for you so you could add some stuff.
Actually, I got questions. So like you put lines out here on the muscles. Is that kind of to be blacked out, or is it?
You gotta, hey, buddy.
Hey, man, that's interpretation. Come on, Dan.
Yes, exactly. You have to interpret that. That's what the inker does.
I want to page of notes.
I could tell you what I would do, but
don't do it.
That defeats the purpose.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Dan.
So you guys, you want to torture us pencilers. That's what it is, right?
Man, that's the whole point of being an inker. You got to interpret.
Dan's always looking for an edge. He's always cheating.
So what are you inking, Aaron?
Well, Gary, Andy, I'm unpackaging David. Like, he's the only guy I know that packages art better than I do.
What's David? David, what are you inking?
I'm inking Dan's. Show mine. Dan said this.
Aaron, I was in the room when David was packaging that artwork, and he just opened the box and tossed the original in it. And I just is that how you're going to ship it?
You're going to hit that with the kneaded eraser first, because your ink's going to roll right off.
I must admit, I started early because I didn't know we were inking it on the show. So I just started on a little.
Now
All
I don't
right,
want any
well,
interpretation. No, I want exactly as I did it.
Yeah.
How's the?
No
I mean,
deviation.
seriously, what is that like a 2B pencil, Dan? What the hell?
Yeah, you barely see my inks.
I black in the blacks with a really soft pencil.
Oh man, you got to hit that with like a kneaded eraser or something.
Yeah, that's an option. That's a very good option. If I was inking it, yeah, but see, I did this not to think of. I wasn't thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this cool splatter effect when I put the ink in my butthole, and I shoot it.
Oh my god! Make it stop.
You know, the best part
really don't like my art. Obviously.
The best part of next week's show is Gary doing a live critique while you guys are inking.
All right, here we go. Here's a nice it's one of those things you say everything is all here, but it's very loose. So I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Are you going to use your micro or your pens, or are you going to try?
I'm going all brush.
I mean, honestly, I think I could handle
Good for
inking yours,
you.
Aaron, but this one, I don't know what I would do exactly with it. It's challenging.
Oh, I'm going to have some fun on. I'm going to ruin it. David's going to lose his mind.
Aaron, if you're going to ink that in 2 hours, we already know you're going to ruin it. You need about 4.
No,
Aaron's going to do his best Vinnie Coletta imitation.
Yep. Got to get rid of those background lines. It takes too much long. We're just going to put a little fog back there and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it. And I believe me, this is too good of a drawing. I don't want to ruin it. I will.
Well, if you don't want to ruin it, send it over here.
And Andy is an experienced inker. I'll give him that. He does a good job.
Aaron, I do have something to show, by the way.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
This is an Evangeline cover for Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nice. It was a, you know, I've been sitting on this for a while because I didn't know. I was like asking, when is it going to come to print? Apparently, it was a convention special print of Evangeline's 30-year anniversary. So it's
Dan,
wild out there.
Now I'm confused. Isn't this digital?
It's colored digitally.
So how are you sitting on it for a while?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, God.
Now, that wasn't even as good as creative face joke.
God, that's worse than anybody in the chat. Gary. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God!
I did two versions. I did like a fall version and a summer version. He picked the summer version. You can see the green, and then I did it with.
Oh, let's see the fall. Again.
That's the fall version there.
Okay.
With brown grass and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's just green.
Did you do a nude beach version?
Yeah. Yeah.
Digital. Yeah, I took it right out. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Before we go any farther, I'm not done with Gary yet. Even little G thought that joke was bad.
Swine.
There it is. Okay. All right.
I deserve it.
That's it for now.
Little G calling me a swine.
I know. That's embarrassing is what that is. It's horrible. That's really cool. So who's doing the book? He's not drawing it, is he? Or is he?
He doesn't. Yeah, I was kind of out of the loop. He doesn't really tell me a whole lot. So, because I didn't know this even had come out until someone said they saw it at a convention.
I thought, and maybe somebody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought it was a facsimile edition, or no, because that'd be the original cover. I thought it was a reprint of like the first issue. But I could be wrong. I didn't think it was new material.
Okay, yeah.
But it's been a while, so I don't remember exactly.
I know there was several covers and stuff, but
that's really nice.
Creative Bay and GJ agree with me. We like the fall version.
Can I see the fall version again? Is this the fall version?
Yeah, that's the fall version. Yeah.
What's the other one now?
It's just she's just green grass, green leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I kind of like the fall one too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it just adds some more color.
But they're both fine. I'm happy with either one, So
yeah.
Do the one with an all red background.
Yeah.
Halloween version where it's just angry.
Well, I got a page colored. And I've had this happen to me twice where I've had splash pages of the Wraith of God, rearing back on his horse or whatever during the day. And the color sends me the sky is blue. And I'm just like, it just looks like I go make the sky red, make it red. And so I'm going to do that again on, because Justin sent pages that, they look fine. In fact, I got it on my campaign page where the background's blue, but it just looks like so serene. You're like,
right.
No, this is you gotta get this sort of imminent danger kind of feel to it. So
let me show you what the rest of the covers look like.
Let me show you something.
Oh, I lost it again. Darn it! Oh, there it is.
Killraiser's saying put a mushroom cloud in the back. I'm not sure exactly.
Imminent danger.
Kind of is.
We're talking about imminent danger. It's like you got about 5 seconds. And
man, when he said mushroom, I thought he was going to say mushroom tip. I was like, whoa.
Well, hang on now. Slow down, David.
I'm just
hang
saying.
on.
So here was the series, 30th anniversary, issue number 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I like yours best.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Who are these other guys?
I don't know.
Tucci's top right.
Is that Billy? Oh, that's nice.
That's top right.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see his signature
right.
now. On Liefeld's on the bottom right.
Yeah. In the silver.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Let's see if we can see the name.
Wait, is that
Guard?
Oh, it's not who I thought.
Garguno.
Garguno. It's got Garguno.
Yeah, who's looking at the signature?
Yeah.
Did you say Liefeld was bottom right?
I believe so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, ooh, that's the worst one.
Hey, now.
Don't say that.
Hey, Aaron, guess who's never coming on your show now?
I know. I was gonna say
I don't have a dog in this fight. I can say whatever I want.
I like Dan. I like yours. It's got a non-trashy feel to it.
Oh, thank you.
It's funny. You said he picked the fall one, though, right?
Yeah,
but the one he's showing is
this is it. He picked the green one. This is the one that went to print.
Oh, I thought you said he picked the fall.
No, we picked the fall, but
Billy's is elegant too. He's got a nice elegance to his, and yours is just. I mean, I love the face.
That would be cool if it was a mushroom cloud back there, though. And the sky was all red and shit, and fields were burning.
The end of the story, folks.
Oh my goodness. Andy, do you have anything you want to share?
So the Lilith campaign is going to be live soon. Probably looking at beginning of July now. I don't know if I ever showed the little prototype of the figure for Lilith.
That's cool.
She does have a base, which obviously is somewhere around here.
But Judge, her face is around here somewhere.
I didn't say that. I said base.
Yeah, that's what I said.
She has
that's like
base.
last words before they put the handcuffs on you.
Yeah. So this is the larger one, the 5-inch size, and then we're going to do the 2-inch one as well. So this is what she looks like based off the drawing I did. And
so you're saying some guys are going to have 5-inch and some guys have 2?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like guys on this string. And I'm not calling anybody out, Aaron, but you know.
Oh my gosh! All right.
What I was, that's it. You can.
I see how it is.
I'm talking about the statue.
Yeah, sure you are. Okay.
That's cool, Andy.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Thanks.
I wanted to, we'll do this real quick too. There's the sign up.
Oh, thank you.
And you'll find the link is in the description of this chat. Let me try that again. The link is in the description of this video, and you can go right there. It'll take you to Andy's early sign up. Also, Wraith of God 3 is in there. David Nevius's Fearsome, Gary's Brush with Destiny book, and Dan Lawless, who continues not to create a book, but continues to put stuff on YouTube. So his channel's there. You can go check that out and subscribe to him as well for his great tutorials. All righty. I got one other thing. I showed this, I thought, my Sunday show, but I'll show it here as well. So it's just the layout right now. But
that's cool.
A little bit hard to see it.
Now,
oh, it's Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus
Silver Surfer.
Is that 9x12? What size is that?
It's 9x12. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Look,
on Bristol.
I like it.
Yeah.
Look,
This is on this really expensive Stonehenge paper.
Oh, are you coloring it with like what do you?
I'm going to color it. I don't know what I'm going to use actually.
Oh, can
I
you
might
use
just-
watercolors on that paper? Or?
Yeah, it's heavy enough. I could if I wanted to go that
Oh,
route.
okay.
So I might do that. I don't know.
That Silver Surfer's missing hair and breasts.
Oh, I got the wrong one.
Yeah.
I have to redraw. But anyway, so that's kind of, and I'd show you some Rate the God pages, but we're too far into the story now. I don't want to. So anyway, there you go.
Show a panel.
Here's a question for you, Silver Surfer aficionados. Does the Silver Surfer surfboard have one of those like guiding fins on the back, like actual
No.
surfboards?
No.
Are you sure? I thought I saw it sometimes in a comic.
It's poorly drawn then.
Yeah, and then it's just drawn wrong.
Because
I'm sure I've seen it before.
Yeah, I
mean,
can see that you wouldn't need it in space, but if it's not there, could you call it a surfboard?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Joe Bernardo, single fin, done by Ron Lem. I knew I saw it before.
Yeah, but Ron, come on, man. You got to go back to Kirby and Buscema.
First
what
of all,
did they do? What did they do?
Gary's dissing Rob, and now you're dissing Ron. God.
Yeah. All right. So check this out. I actually, this is.
Oh.
See how flat that black is? That's
Yeah.
off that Sharpie black acrylic pen.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
The black that comes out of that pen.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yep. Very,
And
very
it-
nice.
It's not a. Wait, is the one you're using a brush or no?
No, I got this
Yeah.
big. The
Yeah,
big.
it's the same one I was using. Yeah, and for not being a brush tip, that thing covers.
Well, that's a zig. I showed the wrong one, but yeah, here it is.
Aaron, are you positive that 5 years from now those blacks are going to be yellow?
No, because they changed the formula.
Yeah, they changed the formula.
Said no, he's not, Gary.
Yeah, you hope
No,
the new formula
Dude, I got
stands the
Sharpie-
test of time.
No, I got Sharpie stuff in here that is decades old. That when they changed it, like in the 90s or the late 90s, where they changed that formula so they didn't turn purple anymore.
We don't
Okay,
care.
when's the
We're gonna-
last time you looked at those pages?
Yesterday, smart mouth.
Why should we care? We're going to be dead by the time it turns yellow.
That's it. David's got the thing. No, but these new Sharpie pens. Where the hell? All I can find is the white ones, but that's all right.
All right, I'm switching
Same
my camera
difference.
while you guys are yapping.
Yeah, same here. We're gonna start
There you
drawing
go.
sometime before this show's over.
These are shut up. These are like Sharpie's trying to make fine art pens now, and these are the things. They're actually really good. So, all right. So, David, what are you going to draw?
There's one issue where Batman was in it. So
Wait a second. I'm a fanboy. I don't remember that. I think he's making it up.
Gosh, why am I not surprised? Why is
Batman is like Kevin Bacon. It's like somehow everything circles back to Batman.
no, I'm gonna draw a mall.
my sketchbook for 340? That's the acrylic pen. No, yes, that is correct. Those are the new Sharpie. I assume they're new. They're new to me. Acrylic based markers, and they cover really, really well. Dan's got his thing off. Okay.
Hey, Andy, stop drawing. We got to do a countdown.
Andy, what are you working on?
I don't.
Yeah, Andy, what are you drawing? You have to tell us before you begin.
Oh, Warblade.
Is that like the Wolverine dude?
Yeah, he's got the green hair, blue costume with the like two things coming off the center of his chest and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Dan Lawless, who turned off his mic. I have no idea what
Hey,
Dan.
Gary, read this. Read that. It says, David is right. The JLA WildC.A.T.S crossover.
Yep,
So I
I
get to
forgot
draw
about
Batman.
God, get out of here.
Unbelievable.
Headless bourgeoisie laying down the facts.
Art of Roy's backing you up too. He says there was a Wildcats were in the Justice League Flashpoint cartoon with Flash and Batman.
See, Batman has crossed over with literally everything.
That's right. If we did the Predator show,
Yeah.
He could still draw Batman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Ripclaw, isn't that's the other? That's Silvestri's, right?
Yeah. That's
his Wolverine character.
Yeah.
Okay. Crap. Okay, I got to know what Dan's drawing so I don't draw the same thing, because if he's not drawing voodoo, then he may be drawing.
He's on the toilet.
I think
I thought you weren't going to draw the stripper chick, Aaron.
I'm not going to.
Oh.
But I thought Dan was going to draw her, so it clears my way.
Yeah, Dan is locked in because he does.
You need to draw the hot chick.
Weren't you paying attention? I said I'm drawing Spartan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, even I remember that.
Okay, well, why didn't you chime in and help me out?
Because I'm not going to ruin Dan's surprise.
What are you even talking about?
I don't know. I've been up since like 2 o'clock. I'm tired.
Camera's not working.
Can I start now? Good Lord.
Yes, we're all away. See, Aaron's out of his chair, so now's the time to
all this lollygagging. Jeez.
Yeah.
So just keep asking Aaron questions, and that'll delay him. That's our strategy.
Delays. Nothing.
Look at how black that's. Look at he's got the pencils on there are black as, and look at the traps on him. He's got like Hulk traps.
Yeah. Remember that one time I had to leave early and I started this. I finally finished it.
I was on the string for that one, I think.
I think I was gone that episode.
Is that Superman?
Dan, that face reminds me of Dave Gibbons' Superman.
Yeah, it does.
You know, there's a new trailer out today.
Is it better than the old trailer?
It looks good.
Okay.
It looks like the Flash.
Okay, I don't know if that's good.
I didn't. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, you would. Look at it again.
Well, I'll still put my money on Superman being better than Fantastic Four. I'll see both, but
yeah.
I don't know. You recommended that Wolfman movie to me, Sean.
I still like it. I don't love it, but I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Dan, you take this as a compliment or an insult? Joel Bernardo says, reminds me of Pablo Marcos Superman.
I don't think I've ever seen a Pablo Superman.
I don't know what I have either.
I know that I recognize a name, but I don't know what. I'll just take it as a compliment. I'll take any compliment.
You don't know who Pablo Marcos is?
I know the name, but I don't know.
I liked his Simon Garth zombie from Tales of the Zombie or Monsters Unleashed.
I got the Blue Devil inking gig at DC because Paris Cullins hated Pablo Marcos's inking.
He inked the first issue, didn't he?
Yes.
What's the blonde chick's, the white-haired chick's name in Wildcats?
Isn't it Zealot?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You talking red costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Zealot.
I love how Andy just knows stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I did look at the trade paperback earlier today, so I had to get prepared. So,
all right.
Endless Bourgeoisie says low expectations make everything better, according to his wife.
no, I was going to say, has he been talking to mine?
Oh my god.
And Joe says that Marcos did Superman in the Identity Crisis miniseries.
Wait a minute, who did?
Pablo Marcos.
Wow. Like pencil it or
Joe,
just
you may be the only one.
Wait, he
In
did
the chat
Superman
or on
in
the
the
show
Identity
that
Crisis miniseries?
According to Joe.
Joe knows. Joe is dropping knowledge on us.
Yeah. Thank you,
I'll see
Headless.
Joe next week.
Thank you, Headless, for that compliment. I appreciate it.
Hey, Andy, how come every time
Hey, Andy.
hey, yo, Andy.
Yo, Andy. What's up?
Every time Katie mentions you and Dennis, she refers you guys as brothers.
Well, I mean, you know, We're like bros.
That's what I don't know. I was like, I thought these guys, they got different last names. What are you talking about? She always says, yeah, he and his brother. Like, what?
Dan, you
brother from another mother. She just doesn't want to type the another mother part.
Okay.
Dan, you're so easily confused.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I have a serious question for Andy.
Uh-oh.
Andy, when's the last time you drew a character that didn't have abs?
Never.
It's like
A few days ago.
You have like an urban scene where the mailman's walking down the street and you see his abs through his shirt.
Well, I mean, he's got to have a good core carrying all that mail. You're not even thinking right, Gary.
Carrying those heavy mail bags, yeah.
Lord. You got to have core strength if you're a mailman.
Yeah.
I can't even believe you was. Oh. I hope you don't know any mailmen because
that's why Newman didn't deliver his mail because, you
know. Headless Bourgeoisie says Katie thinks Dennis is black.
I've seen him in the shower. He's not.
Maybe more information.
Do tell.
Ouch.
Do tell.
He didn't have the door locked in the hotel, and I had to really take a leak. So I was like, "Dude, close
you
the curtain when you
playing
shower."
Surprise visit.
Close the curtain. Oh man! All right.
Now Dennis isn't black because he sucks at basketball, and he definitely can't jump.
No. Two things right there.
Matthew Moomaw says Andy Smith's art is absolute gold.
Oh,
wow, that's way nicer than
wait. I didn't hear my name in there.
I wish it was worth as much as gold.
I know. If I just had one piece worth gold, that would be
right. And Randy Howe's reminding everyone to smash the like button. Thank you, Randy.
Yes.
It never hurts.
If you like it, yeah. Even if you hate it, please hit the like button anyway.
Right. Consider it charity.
Do people really smash it? Like, do they ever break their computer?
No, I've never heard of
Well, if you do, all it takes is that one time to learn the lesson.
Past Master Dan says Andy's new nickname for Dennis is Shrink Wrap.
Oh,
no.
He's not even here to defend himself. It's not fair.
This used to be a kid's show, and then I invite Andy on, and look what happened.
I'm not starting any of this. David, I've heard some of the jokes David's made, so not quite sure where this kid show rap is coming from.
Randy Howell, all the way from Canada, sends us $2 Canadian. He says Dennis and Andy teamed up to make DNA.
That's right.
Uh-oh. This is not sounding any better, man.
I didn't get that until David started to laugh, and then I realized.
Yeah, once again, David takes it completely.
It took David to laugh, you know, like probe further.
You take the most innocuous statement and he'd find the dirty version of it.
Yeah, David starts laughing, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I missing here? Oh, I get
it. Even I got that.
Oh, wow, Gary, you should be embarrassed. If Dan Lawless is getting jokes.
Yeah, I know. I lead a sheltered life.
I mean, it usually takes me about 5 minutes to get a joke. It's pretty annoying.
Whew. Lord,
I'll be out cutting the lawn all of a sudden. I get it.
From 2 weeks ago, Dan's wife is like, "What the hell is your problem? I'm trying to sleep." He's like, "It's this joke from 3 years ago."
Yeah, exactly.
I just got it.
As long as I get it, that's all that matters.
Right. It doesn't matter when, right?
I take my time.
What was the first Image book that came out? Was it Spawn?
Nope, Youngblood.
Was it Young? Oh, that's right. And then there was never an issue after that, right?
What? Yeah, there was.
Oh, okay.
Are you offended by that, Andy?
No, I'm just like, what do you mean there was never an
What?
issue after?
You blasphemer!
Call yourself a comic fan.
Yeah, don't badmouth the image. I'm not bad. I'm just
Aaron, you Philistine.
there wasn't that. It was like, wasn't it like Jim Lee and McFarlane were the guys that got their books out regularly, right? And then what's his face that did Shadowhawk?
His face.
I don't remember any of the time.
Oh, now you don't remember. You knew.
I only know that Youngblood was the first one. Beyond that, I think Spawn might have been second, but I don't remember exactly.
I just remember when all those things came out, and I was just like, I had this great deal of respect for Jim Lee and for Todd McFarlane, especially because they were treating it like a business, and they were keeping the books coming out, and they ended up being the most successful studios as a result. So, just saying.
I think Rob's might have been. I think it was probably Rob and Jim that were the most successful ones because Todd. You said Todd.
Yeah.
Todd was only putting out Spawn for the longest time, whereas Jim and Rob started pumping out more titles and stuff.
Hey, Eric was pumping out. Didn't he have Mighty Man and had some of those other ancillary?
Yeah, but still not as many as Eric did limited series, whereas Rob was just like, I got the studio, I'm hiring guys, they're doing, series or whatever.
That's true. What about Silvestri?
Yeah, I mean,
probably
fluctuates with the top three between all those guys, I would think.
My sketchbook 340 says Youngblood was first, then Youngblood issue 2, almost 2 years later.
Was it really?
That's what I'm talking about.
Holy crap.
See, Dale did the same thing. He had the first issue of Pitt, and it sold
Well, I mean,
it's
easy to say what we would do in that situation, but if I put out a book and I was instantly a millionaire, would I say, oh, I better go right back to my drawing table and produce another comic? No, you would not find me for months.
Yeah, but the whole point is you think if you can do if I can take and get 10 to 12 issues out in the next year and a half, then you think in long term. Now it's not just $1 million, it's $10 million or $20 million, and now you really are set.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Aaron, you are the exception that you would
draw
redouble your effort. Man, I'm really buckling down now. Now that I'm a millionaire, the rest of it would be dancing naked in the streets.
Yeah, Aaron, you're thinking like a 60-year-old. You're not thinking like a 20-year-old.
I don't know.
No, Aaron was always like this though. That's the thing. He's always drawing. He's that guy.
That is true.
No, I did. I sat there and I remember I didn't even know Dale at the time, but I was just because I thought Pitt was so great. And I was like, where's the second issue? And then, of course, we all did the checking, right? I should get Dale on here right now and confirm.
Pitt debuted in Youngblood, right?
Yeah, but it was like a preview, right, or something?
Yeah, it was a backup story, 4 pages, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 8. I can't remember how many pages it was, but Rob basically said, you should be doing this. Here, I'll pay you. I can't remember the page rate because Rob said what it was.
$1,000 per page.
Is that what it was for Pitt? For those 4 pages? I thought it was higher than that.
That's what I got. I thought he was paying everybody $1,000 per page.
Well, you were drawing Supreme, right?
Yeah.
I was getting $300 a page for inks.
I was getting nothing because they didn't hire me.
I did one pinup for Rob and got 1,000 for it. So
Yeah, I did that medieval Spawn pinup. I did. I think I got $1,000 for pencils and inks. And I needed that money badly at that point. I had no work. And good old Bo Smith bailed me out.
oh, that's cool.
Sent me a. You want to do
Out
a
of
pinup?
jail?
I'm like, yes. He goes, we'll pay $1,000. I'm like, yes. You know, that's like a week's worth of money in one or 5 pages or whatever. I didn't even think I was making that much then. I don't even know how much I was making back then.
So your one phone call while you were in jail was to Bo Smith.
Yes, because I said, who can get me? Who
Like,
owes
bro, my bail is $1,000. And he's like, Aaron, draw a pin up in the clink and you're out.
Bo, save my booty hole.
Well, I did an issue of Guy Gardner with him, and then we tried to get another.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And we when Guy was doing Guy Gardner Warrior.
Yeah, I didn't know you did an issue of that.
Yeah, and I drew the splash page with this huge fat woman, and speaking because we were talking about that last night. About
Are you serious?
Yes, it's hilarious. It was like his. I don't think it was Guy Gardner's. Yeah, I think it was his mom. Actually, can't remember for sure now. But anyway, and so then we were going to do a series, or we were pitching a series at DC, and I did some artwork for it. Never got it going, but so then I knew him, and I was like, and I knew he was like running stuff for Todd at that time, and I was just like desperately, we were stealing groceries from our neighbors to feed our kids, and I was like,
Bearwolf wants to know, Aaron, how much you were getting a page for Black Turok.
For what?
Here's the thing with Dynamite. Generally, the only reason you do covers for Dynamite was because it was usually like Red Sonja or something like that you knew you could sell the original. So you do it for less money. And then, so they call me up and say, hey, you want to do covers for Turok? And I'm like, heck yeah. I was thinking, Indian, dinosaur, the whole classic Turok thing. And then after I accept the job, they tell me, okay, he's now a black dude. And I'm like, what? Named Turok? And
Turok Johnson.
Yeah, Turok Jones. So I was like, I called up David immediately. I said, man.
He said, could you pose for this Rock Johnson?
Next week on Graybeards, Aaron tells the story about he got a call to draw Black Panther. He's like, finally. And they're like, and it's a white guy. And he's like, what?
Just yet another character where they have to tell us his color. He's Black Turok.
That wasn't his name, though. It was just regular Turok. But so, yeah, I got sort of pencils and inks and colors for Dynamite, $500.
Wow.
Oh, and colors? Wow.
Yeah, but if it was a Red Sonja cover, which I did a ton of those, it was like, you're flipping those instantly.
Oh.
So that sort of makes up for it. But yeah, it was not when Dynamite came calling, it was not, you're like, ooh, money. It was just
work is work.
Yeah, and like I said, and I don't think other than the Turok covers, I've sold every Dynamite cover I ever did, and I still have all the Turok covers. But they have dinosaurs on them, so at least that's something.
Can I show some of my goodies from the souvenir shop in Moab, Utah?
No.
I don't know. Are they any good?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Let me show some. While you guys, I'll just hold them up to the camera. That's like dinosaur country.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Driving home from Albuquerque to Vancouver, Washington, stopped off in Moab, Utah, which is a cool little town. It is. They have all kinds of
near Area 51.
All kinds of cool stuff to buy. Here is
there any Bigfoot sightings over there?
I don't know. Well, they're Bigfoot souvenirs, so it must be based on something.
Yes.
There's a dinosaur bone that's been polished.
Well, how do we know? See, look, they tell you that's a dinosaur bone. It looks like a rock. How do we know that? Show that again, Gary.
They don't have to convince you, Aaron. They said to convince me.
Yeah, well,
they polished the bone.
Yeah, I was
even a dinosaur gets his bone polished in 2025.
That used to mean something else, but
fossil.
See, somebody took a feather and put it in concrete and sold it to you for $20.
Okay, here is a petrified clam.
Oh, is it Rosie O'Donnell?
David. Oh my gosh, Andy jumped right in there.
And then here's a petrified clam that's been polished.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my god!
But it's heavy because it's solid.
Okay.
And
sounds like Whoopi.
Here is a piece of a meteor.
Oh boy,
what?
Man, you walked in and they said, "Hey, does that guy's hat say sucker?"
There's a magnet. Look, there's metal in it.
That's how we know it's a meteorite.
Yep.
All right, Gary.
So that's just
as long as you feel good about it.
Few items that I
Scotsman says, is that one of Gary's kidney stones?
Hey, Gary, you can add it to your collection of, the soil from Dracula's castle.
See, I have these scattered around my porch to scare away marauders.
Nicholas Gear, who I actually did a cover for, a recreation of a Gil Kane cover for his book. He says, I'm learning I overpaid Aaron for a cover. No, I charged you what I charge everybody now. Unless you're doing Red Sonja, then I might give you a deal because I know I can sell the cover.
Yeah. So yeah, if the cover is more commercial, then he charges less money because he can get more for the original art.
It's all part of my master plan. I don't know if it's a good master plan, but it is a plan.
You ask Aaron to do a Night Nurse cover, he's like, $5. I know I can sell that one. That's hot.
I gotta find that Night Nurse piece I did. It's around here someplace.
Night Nurse.
I had a proposal for a Night Nurse cover, but it was all
but your proposal was Day Nurse, and they turned that down.
Yeah, well, it wasn't as exotic, I guess.
Wait, did you say gay nurse?
Gay nurse. Okay, this is Andy's last appearance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Andy,
Mine was also-
about the magazines you have.
That's all it took. Great.
Maybe it says he does say in his title there, "Gay Matters."
Gray.
See,
Gray
I told you, Aaron. I knew someone told you.
Oh my gosh! All right, here's Black Turok evading a T-Rex.
Before you show that, Beowulf says, "My favorite, midday nurse."
Swing shift nurse.
Oh, that's a whole new meaning. What she does.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. See, there's Black Turok jumping over a Cadillac, an old 50s Cadillac or something, and a T-Rex.
Wow.
What do you mean, or something? You drew it.
Yeah, but like 15 years ago. I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah, that shows that's a hot seller.
Yeah. Woohoo! Marking that price down.
So they said, put a big car on the cover. He's like, well, there goes the resale.
Oh man, look at this. Now this is
show us what other covers have still yet to be sold.
No, these are ones I'm keeping. I'm not selling these.
Oh, okay.
And it's easy to keep the Turok one because no one wants it anyway.
Yeah, I do the same thing. No one's going to buy this, so I'm going to keep it.
Well, no, that was my favorite cover because it had the T-Rex on it. But this is when Metamorpho was supposed to be its own miniseries before it got jammed into that anthology book.
Oh, yeah.
This was supposed to be the cover to the second issue. which I always liked. I inked all this with a brush, so I was feeling pretty good about myself.
I like that a lot.
No,
That's
thank
cool.
you. And but then it became a part of an anthology, so they didn't use it as the cover. And then I think it ended up being a pinup in the trade paperback or something like that. But,
Bidding has started in the chat on the black Turok.
yeah,
It
what do
went
we
from
got?
1050 to 1051.
Oh, that's actually the highest bid I've ever got on that. But I'm going to have to turn it down at the moment. Oh, no, I still got this one, too. See, I like this one, too, where there's Black Turok wrestling with a white. No, this is Pteranodon or whatever that thing is. That's kind of fun. So, yeah, so I got to draw dinosaurs.
Yeah. Wait. That's only $180.
No, ignore the prices. They're just this is my keeper portfolio, so I don't really have prices on them.
Oh, because you stuck them on there and you can't take them off the plastic, and you don't.
Yeah, because it rips the plastic.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch piece for the Metamorpho miniseries.
Man, those stuffs would sell like crazy now because that Superman movie.
Ooh, if that's a hit with Metamorpho in there, maybe I will bring those to San Diego with me. See if I can make it.
That cover will quickly vacate the artwork I want to keep portfolio.
Well, you know what surprisingly sells is Archie covers.
That's not surprising to me, actually.
Now, this is my daughter right here, so that's why I'm not selling this.
Oh yeah.
It was like Archie as Elvis. It was some kind of 1950s thing. So,
Aaron, big deal. I have pictures of your daughter.
He's like, you mother.
All right, I'll show one more. I'm stalling here when I should be drawing, but
hey, did your son Josh ever go, Dad, why do you hate me? Because you've never drawn me on a cover, but Sam's been on twice.
Well, he never asked me. Samantha was.
I see how it is. He's got to beg for your love. I get it.
Yeah, well. All right. So shut up. So I kept this Superman page, right? Because Calabax on it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That kid, that close-up face of that kid kind of reminds me of Kevin Nolan.
Wow. I'm going to retire. Thank you.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I've seen Kevin as a kid. His hair didn't look like that.
Hey, I've got pictures of Kevin Nolan when he was a kid.
Yeah. This stream is taking a dark turn.
Look who's talking now. I didn't see anything that bad.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey, if you do that Metamorpho, find the book that it was on, go get it graded, and sell them together.
Oh, look at
to James Gunn for $2,000.
Yeah,
$20,000.
$20,000. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Or the guy that played Metamorpho, even better.
Yeah.
Blackjack says, Aaron, I'll trade you Fantastic Four number 108 for a bunch of Black Turok pages. Is it near mint?
And what's special about 108?
Wow.
I don't know.
Considering it.
Spoke straight to his heart. He's like,
Dude, I will trade artwork for comics. I've done it before.
I'll do it again.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Robert the Bruce for $4.99. Thank you, Robert. He says Daniel Best is writing Norm Brayfogel's autobiography on Substack, and it has an ad piece from Blackthorn in the pictures, so they got him too, Aaron. Oh, okay. So I guess Norm Brayfogel, maybe he started off at Blackthorn and didn't get paid like the rest of us. Nicholas Gear says, do you still own that Lord Pumpkin cover? No, that got sold during the lean years. Unfortunately, there was 108's the last Kirby FF.
Oh, okay.
I definitely trade Black Turok pages for. Actually, I didn't do the interior. I was going to tell you guys. So I get. They reached out to me because Dan Jurgens was writing a Tarzan thing for Dynamite.
Yep.
And they wanted, and so he said, "Oh, talk to Aaron, see if he'll draw it." And I was like, so they contacted me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to draw this this Tarzan book, and I'm like, but this is from Dynamite, right? So I'm like, yeah, but you know what they offered me for pencils and inks a page?
$125.
Yep.
150
Yep.
Oh my God.
For pencils and inks.
for pencils and inks, and I was like, I can't do that. And so I told Dan that. He goes, "You gotta be kidding me!" And I'm like, "Yeah, what did you think they were gonna offer me, man?" so that never happened, but that would have been cool.
It was. I mean, it was okay. I'm trying to remember the guy that he got is a real John Buscema type guy, not the one that draws Conan now.
Oh, Robert Delatorre.
Yeah, not him.
That
Benito something. He did the Tarzan strip that was, I think, digital only with Roy Thomas for a while.
Well, Delatorre, he did Ms. Marvel before I took over.
Yep.
And he was not doing that.
Oh, no, not at all. None of his Marvel stuff looked like that.
I know, but whatever he's doing now, man, he's got it going on because that stuff.
Oh, it's great.
And usually I get really annoyed when people grift somebody else's style. But because Buscema has passed away, obviously, and because it's Conan, and because he does it so freaking well,
yep,
I love it.
Yeah, in fact, I think I like him more in some ways than Buscema. Because Buscema, it was great, but Buscema, sometimes I think he kind of just shoved it out pretty fast,
Yeah.
Kick Dan.
Oh, are we still reconsidering me taking over Dan's spot in the show after that comment?
That's what I'm saying. Kick him out. He's got to go.
The chatter's now really going to get going on that.
Yeah, Dan, you're on thin ice.
Yep, you really blew it that time, pal.
You done effed up, boy.
Hey, I'm standing by my opinion. I think it's really, really good stuff. So
it is. And it's when Buscema was trying, he was incredible, but there was a lot of times he was just kind of, going through the motions. I get it.
You got to do what you got to do to get it done.
Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here. He's sending us $5. Thank you, Leg Kick. Appreciate that. Brian Azzarello cancels SummerCon. Consolation prize, Dan Slott. Lol. Oh, boy.
Don't even get me. Oh, my God. I bought that first issue of Superman that he wrote.
Who, Slott?
Yeah.
I didn't.
And I like the art, but he's got this scene in it where I did a review of it on my channel. He's got this scene where Superman basically, there's a car chase, two cops in one car chasing, car chase, whatever, with these two bank robbers. Superman grabs the guys first, and in one panel, in like the first panel, it's a big panel, Superman standing in the foreground, heroically holding one guy up by like the scruff of his neck. And in the background, the other guy is on the ground, hands behind his back at the feet of the police, right? So right there, you're going, okay, he's handcuffed. Why else would his hands be behind his back? Right. The guy Superman's holding, his hands are behind his back. So I'm like, well, I guess he's handcuffed too. Mm-hmm. And then Superman leaves. And instead of just leaving, like, these guys are obviously, taken care of. He takes the bumper from their car and wraps it around both guys and then leaves. And I'm like, if I was those cops, they'd be like, hey, Dick, now we have to, the dudes were handcuffed. Now we got to figure out how to unwrap a bumper. And that's not going to fit the back of our squad car. And I'm like, Dan, why would you write it so backwards? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just stupid.
Well, here's the thing. The thing with Dan is I haven't talked to Dan. I don't think I've talked to Dan since he was the art returns guy at Marvel. And that was a long time ago.
You never talked to him when he was trying to initially do some stuff over at CrossGen?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I have to say, Andy, you do great reviews. I watch them all the time. But you and Ethan do really good comic book reviews, and both of you guys are fun. You should do a tag team. I know you do it with your partner, but you should do one with Ethan. It would be hilarious. Me and Gary were watching Ethan when he was reviewing Secret Wars over here, and we were crying laughing. It was so funny. But you're very astute on your reviews. I like them.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Andy, you and your partner.
Yeah, your partner, Andy.
Yep. Well, and then the other thing, correct, once again, this is all in this first issue of Superman.
You're still.
Last time I checked,
what's Andy's beef?
What's that?
What's Andy's beef?
Last time I checked, Lex Luthor puts on a freaking kryptonite ring and Superman drops to his knees.
What?
Well,
don't turn into me.
Yeah, don't do it, Aaron. Well, in this book, Superman, there's this big asteroid coming towards Earth, so Superman goes up and punches it, and the outer shell breaks off, and the hole underneath is this huge asteroid of solid kryptonite. And right there, I'm like, well, he's dead. If a ring on Lex Luthor's finger drops him to his knees, this satellite size. But nope, he saves it, saves the day. Just like, come on.
Well, I know he wrote that, like when they relaunched FF, or I don't know, this is a few years ago now, when Slott was doing that new FF comic.
Yeah. And
there was a double-page spread of Johnny, and I think it was Wyatt Wingfoot at a baseball game. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm not reading anymore.
A double page. Oh, God.
Yep. Can you imagine, first of all, being the guy who had to draw that? And then, secondly, then you have to be the guy that read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the readers.
Yeah, it's like
the editor's like, again, we're getting some baseball fans with this one.
Well,
we're tapping into that. Wait, did you say baseball or softball?
Baseball game.
Yeah, we're tapping into that untouched baseball market. Oh yeah.
Yeah, why is it so hard to write interesting and dynamic comics? Why is that like so hard for people these days? Slott should know better. I mean, he's been in the business for a long time, but it's just like, I remember there was one issue of Captain Atom, and I don't know if it was Carrie Bates or somebody wrote it, and it was it's such a writer thing to do, because they were like, Captain Atom doesn't appear in this issue, and you're like, that's a selling point? And it was all about the secondary characters, and it was like building character for the secondary characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I guess if someone's reading a regular series, you got them, right? They're going to read every book anyway. But it's like, I wouldn't put that on the cover.
Right.
Captain Atom does not appear in this issue. You're like, skipping this one.
Yep. In other words, it's a skip month. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. And here's our guest artist, and you're just like, at least when Keown wasn't on Hulk fought Santa Claus. I mean, that's like,
Are you serious?
Yeah, don't you remember that issue?
Really?
It was near the end of Keown's run, and I don't know, Dale. They had a fill-in. I don't know if it was Gary Frank or not, but it was Hulk fighting Santa Claus on the cover.
That's stupid.
Oh, I think
but you're picking it up, aren't you? You're going, come on now. What is this all about? So I thought it was funny.
Because you're a nerd.
Big old buff Santa Claus with a big old gut. Andy couldn't have drawn him. He would have given him a six-pack. They go, no, Andy, draw him.
Hell yeah.
Got to carry heavy bikes and toys to ungrateful kids.
That's right. He's got to be. I've drawn Santa Claus more than once on this show. Always sell them. Always sell them. People want Santa. Everybody loves Santa.
That's your Christmas episode.
Especially if he's kicking butt.
I drew him. He wasn't kicking butt, the one I drew.
I'm trying to remember. Did you do it on this show? I can't remember.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was Santa Claus.
Well, duh, but doing what?
Let me just show you. It's better to show you.
Yeah, why don't you show us, Dan?
I think he's looking.
Glitch says that was Hulk 378, Hulk versus Santa Claus.
Oh, cool.
Now, you guys know that Hulk issue that Sam Keith drew and Kelly Jones inked?
No.
It was Hulk versus Mr. Hyde. It was just before Dale took over regular on the book.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Oh,
Who drew it before Dale? Was that Pervs?
Yeah, Jeff Purvis or Purvis or whatever he was.
Hey, Aaron, show people that Sam Keith Wolverine that I showed you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a second here. Gary says there's a. Oh, there it is. No. What are you? Which one did you see here? There's leg kick. There's. Are you alerting me to leg kicks? One, Gary?
No. The pause with Dan looking for something.
Oh, I thought you like made a sound effect for it.
Yeah, I did. It was crickets.
Oh. Okay, so you tricked me is what basically what happened here. All right. Did you send that to me? Oh, I remember this.
It was
It was in our private chat, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I remember this. That's right. Look at that. Kind of lonely up here at the North Pole. Wow. Look at Dan getting all nasty. Did you turn this into like a Christmas card?
Hey, you showed
well, the
that.
funny thing is, you know, of course I drew this on the show, but the funny thing is it's like a joke that's like 20 years old. I had gotten these Christmas cards, and it had a picture of Santa with the reindeer like that, and to each one of them I added the sweat marks and the words.
What I remember when I see this again, I'm wondering who is goosing who.
Well,
you can't really tell with that face.
Where's his other hand? That's the question, right?
Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, now hang on.
Okay.
The reindeer's like, Santa's like, those aren't antlers.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, that was my contribution to.
Well, we just lost our PG rating. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
But it's just Santa Claus.
Okay, it's just Santa Claus. All right, so this is Sam Keith. Now, do we know when this was, David?
I have no idea. I want to know. Maybe one of our brilliant chat members.
Look at that.
Isn't that like the best Sam Keith drawing ever?
Oh, wow. What's that from?
We don't know.
Oh.
Unpublished Weapon X cover rendered by Blood Hungry artist Sam Keith.
Wow. That is pretty darn cool.
Unpublished. Why would they not use that?
It's like easily one of his best drawings.
Oh, it's killer.
What is he doing now?
He's got to be doing his own. What's that?
Isn't he rich?
I don't know. Is he? He must be doing his own thing.
In comics,
got to do a damn thing.
In comics, the lore is when freelancers think like, we haven't seen so-and-so for a while. He must be rich. We never think, oh, he's probably, living under a bridge.
He finally did it.
We always, oh, he made it. He got out.
He lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The promised land.
There's Queen Mickey. Is she stirring up trouble in the chat, Gary, or is she just being a good girl?
Queen Mickey, the troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
She says hello, and then she says goodbye.
Hello. Peace out.
Hail, Graybeards in chat. How's your day? Later, Graybeards in chat. Have a good night.
Okay, well, at least she stopped in for a minute. Marcus
Hey, I haven't seen her in a while. What the heck?
Yeah, I know. She hasn't been around. Marcus, what issue of Hulk was that, or anybody that has their computer handy, which I would assume everybody that's watching, but that issue that Sam Keith drew of the Hulk where he fights Mr. Hyde.
You said Kelly Jones inked it?
I believe so, yeah.
Did Kelly Jones start out as an inker?
Yeah, he used to ink Mike Mignola. What was he inking him on? Was it on Elric?
Did he do that before he was inking Micronaut stuff?
Probably. I don't know.
He was inking Micronauts, and he took over as penciler, right? At some point.
Yep.
Marcus Killiger says Missy Delicious says 368. Sequential Treasures 368. Marcus Killiger 368. Hulk Smash 368. Everybody but us knows. Robert DeBruce. So 368.
Marcus, you're slipping. 2 people got 368 before you did.
Guys are messing around, not paying attention, and look what happens.
Yeah, but he's going up against James. You know, James is.
Yeah, James is on that stuff too. So.
Missy Delicious. That's a new name to me. Got it before you did, Marcus.
You don't like Marcus, or what's going on here?
Missy Delicious.
What did Marcus do to you?
David's like, Missy Delicious. What the?
Yep. Now we're all intrigued.
Yep.
What flavor is it?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I gotta tell my kids to quit watching this show.
Missy Delicious. Okay, Missy Delicious is throwing down. Missy Delicious says, "I bake." So you're becoming even more attractive.
Wow.
She's all, I got more cakes than Duncan Hines.
Oh no.
Marcus is making excuses. He says, we all typed at the same time. It's like Jeopardy. You gotta be, quick on the buzzer.
We've got a large audience right now, and I guess we have to credit that to Andy.
You don't insult your audience like that.
What?
You said we have a large audience.
No. I mean numerous people are watching.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Better.
And we would greatly appreciate it if you guys would hit the like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well. We appreciate it. We know you're all here to see Andy and listen to his witty, unsavory banter.
That's right. So,
is Rapier's wit or rapist wit?
Yeah, see? Oh my! I'm gonna have to uncheck the for kids box on this YouTube channel now.
Well, we have to bring Andy in for Pride Month. It's like part
exactly. One time a year, I can feel proud of myself.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so anyway, Gary, what do you got?
Yeah.
Who's all going to Heroes Con?
Me.
You live right there. It's in your backyard.
He didn't say who's going to Heroes Con that doesn't live there.
Okay.
He said who's going to Heroes Con.
Yeah, I didn't qualify it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm qualifying it. Man. I love Heroes Con, but I want to fly cross country to go.
Next time I'm going to stay with you, Andy. All right.
Feel free.
I'm not going to Heroes Con, but I'm going to Garden State. But actually,
you are.
Not to the con. I'm going to the after party. We're going to see some friends earlier today.
You just going to the like the cigar fest or whatever, Graham's cigar fest thing.
How far a drive is that?
It's like 8-hour drive.
Oh,
what's not horrible? I mean, Gary just did a 100-hour.
Gary
drive.
did 23 hours.
Yeah,
he did 23 hours.
So I'm gonna go see friends, and then you guys too, maybe some of you.
Well, I don't recommend it. I don't think you will enjoy a convention after doing that.
Well, yeah. The thing about those long drives is they're twice as bad going home because you have some expectation when you're going someplace.
Oh yeah, you're kind of
like I said, we have friends in New Jersey we're going to visit, and then this is just going to be a side thing to that. So.
Okay.
Oh, you're bringing your wife with you?
Yep.
Oh, see, you didn't say that before. I got to tell Dennis, we got to scrap our plans with you then.
Yeah, I got to rethink everything you want to do.
Damn it.
Glitch says he could probably drive to Russia in 8 hours.
But would you? That's the bigger question.
Exactly.
Do you have to go through Ukraine or around Ukraine to get there?
Let's just cut to the chase. Ukraine's going to become
theoretically he could
just,
drive to Russia in 8 hours.
Yes.
Do you guys realize that this chick that I'm drawing, like, no matter who draws her costume is different?
That's the image way.
Yeah, so I guess I could probably draw whatever I wanted, right?
That's true.
As long as you give her the proper haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with the Sparty character, I've noticed that. Well, wait a minute, it looks like different belts on this one, and then So yeah.
So that kind of covers all territory if you just use the disclaimer. It's the image way.
It's true.
Well, I guess that's creative freedom at its finest, right? Artistic freedom or whatever.
That's right.
Just kind of interpret it any way you want. Man, those were the good old days, right? Where you make that kind of money doing a comic book.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know. Me either. I remember people talking about it though, and I was like, "How come I'm not involved in those?"
Word on the street is.
Yeah, you guys heard the word on the street.
I hear tell.
Well, Billy Tucci was he was cashing in on some of that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, speaking of Billy, so who was it? Was it Tom? No, I don't know. It wasn't Tom Tuttle. Who was it? Suggested we should do like some military stuff, and I said nobody wants to draw guns, but then he was like, "Yeah, but that's the fun is seeing you guys do stuff you're not comfortable with." And I was like, "Okay." So I don't know, chat. What do you guys think?
No.
Should we get Billy Tucci on here and do some military stuff?
Nope. Sorry, Billy.
David's nixing it already, man. I can't even.
One thing that kind of sucked about the image thing, though, is once these guys broke away, from then on, Marvel would not promote its artists anymore. So you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they changed the royalty structure too.
They did.
Oh my gosh, because you used to. It started off at. I think you started at, as a writer, you started at 1.5% for the first 100,000, and then as an artist, you started at 1%, and then it went up 0.5% every 100,000 copies. Okay, and it was off of the cover price, not what they got back from the distributor. So, for example, if you did like Spider-Man 365, the hologram cover, right?
Yeah,
that book was, what was that, $1.75, $1.95, something like that. Let's just say for easy math, it was $2. So on the first 100,000, you're getting 1% of that. Gary can't do math. That's his problem. But anyway, these guys, so when they were selling 7 million copies, they were like making 50% of the cover price.
Oh, I know.
On those books, and Marvel's like, "Well, wait a minute, you guys are making more money than we are," and so they changed the whole the way they did royalties.
Wow!
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. So.
Could you reenact that whiny Marvel voice again,
Gary? You're treading on you and Dan.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
That your representation of Marvel Comics is, hey, wait a minute.
I don't even know what I just did.
I'm making more money than we are.
Replay.
It wasn't like some specific editor. It was Marvel in general.
Well, I remember it was Danny Fingeroth, because I had just done a bunch of Spider-Man backup stories, and that's when they were doing them like 2 issues a month, and literally, and so I did an origin story, a retelling of his origin in that Spider-Man 365, which sold 1 million copies, and I penciled and inked the story, right?
Wow!
So I doubled my royalty basically, and I remember him breaking down how the royalty system worked, and I remember sitting there in my apartment, with Shelly. We'd just gotten married, and I'm just doing the math, and I'm going, exactly.
To the chase. What was your check for that?
$28 grand for 10 pages.
Damn.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I did the math and I was like, there's no way I'm getting a $28,000 check. It's not going to happen. And then it showed up and there it was. And I was just, we took a picture of me holding the check. We got it on.
What was it? What was it like when you got the mail and saw the envelope? It was from Marvel. You knew it was a check. Did you like rip it open right away, or did you like find Shelley so you could do it together?
I got
reenact that whole thing.
I got Shelley. I said, okay, I'm going to open this. I said, you know, and it's like, I pumped it up, right? And I was like, but I go, it can't be that much. It just can't be. I must have made some mistakes. So don't get too excited. And I cracked that thing open and it was 28 grand. And we're just like, oh my gosh. It just, so we went and bought a house back when you 28,000 was like your down payment.
Well, I was gonna say that's a great down payment. Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore. And then it was so funny because that whole year I started getting royalty checks. And it was like, I would get like, for like a backup story in a Spider-Man issue, I'd get a check for like $5 grand and I would just like yawn it away, go, oh, only $5 grand. Yeah. It doesn't match up to that 28 grand, you know? So you're always chasing that. I got to get a bigger check than that. Of course it never happened, but,
when Randy Emberlin was inking Bagley on Spider-Man, he was getting royalty checks like that every month.
Yeah, I bet.
Imagine.
I hope he invested wisely.
And poor Gary was
he bought a house.
And poor Gary was inking me on Sludge for those not
my royalty checks were like $30. You laugh, but I'm serious.
Well,
and I was happy to get it. Yay! $20.
Yeah, we go over to dinner to Randy's house, and he had this mansion up there, and you know, we're all like, No, my first royalty check on Sludge #1 was $6,000.
Wow.
But I was hoping for way more because it had that Barry Smith story in it, the Rune. It was like the first appearance of Rune. And
that's right. We thought we were gonna retire, and we were disappointed.
Well, I figured the book, I said, this book has got to sell 250, 300,000 copies with Barry Smith in there. Right. But it was but the boom was dying.
Yeah, I remember you and I talking about it. It's got Barry Smith on it.
Yeah. And so I had Gary convinced we were going to be rich. And then we got the check and went, well, but I mean, $6,000 is nothing to, you know.
Right.
Oh, no. It's
we're expecting 5 figures.
Yeah, and it was a little disappointing because I think the book sold 150,000 copies, which was, you know, you'd kill for that now.
How do you remember those numbers?
I was really into that at that time, trying to figure out how I could make some cash out of that. And the funny thing is, I was supposed to do hard case, which was and I changed. Once I saw Sludge, I was like, no, I want to do this. And they weren't mad at me, but they had to launch hard case because that came out the same time as Prime did. And it was like, it was supposed to come out in June. And I think it was like, I was at the Greenberg show in New York is where I saw the Sludge stuff. And so that was like the end of January, maybe the 1st of February. So there was only a couple months until hard case was supposed to come out. And I hadn't started drawing it yet, but they had faith that I could, you know, get 3 issues done before it came out. And but boy, after I saw that Sludge drawing by Kevin Nolan, I was like, eh. But the thing is, hard case sold between, I think Prime sold 300,000 copies. And then yeah.
Damn.
And hard case was 250, 275. It was close. Just a little bit less. Because they were the books that launched the Ultraverse.
Right.
And my royalty, or Gary's and mine royalty, because he was inking me, would have been way higher if we'd done hard case and not done Sludge.
Who drew hard case? I don't remember.
I don't even think, I can't remember either. There was
the only thing I remember about hard case was Jerome Moore inking that cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember saying to Gary, "How come you can't ink like that?" No, I didn't say that. Oh, Vespa guy. Vespa guy for 20. Thank you so much, Vespa. He says, "Hail Graybirds, coming in super late, but good to see everyone and Aaron." He laughs with tears. But see, that's supposed to be an insult, but yet he's singling me out. So it's actually makes me feel better about myself.
Mm-hmm. I like your thinking.
Yeah.
If it would have been like a $2 super chat, would you still feel bitter about yourself?
And I wouldn't feel as good.
Okay.
No.
Art of Roy says Chaikin cover on Hard Case 1. No. It was Dave Gibbons.
That's right. Yeah. Dave,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm trying to remember who drew that, but
here we go. Joe Bernardo's got it. He says Hard Case #1 interior artist was Jim Callahan. Cover artist Dave Gibbons. Inker Norm Brave. Norm inked that. Norm was cashing in, man.
Joe has these facts at his fingertips.
I know. Marcus
Or
Killer
computer.
embarrassed right now.
Marcus, how are you going to hold your head up around here?
Joe and Marcus, they're both be at Heroes Con. They're going to have to arm wrestle.
Oh boy, you got trouble. No, but it was the sales dropped rapidly because unfortunately Malibu launched about a year too late.
Marcus says Scott Benefiel ended up to be the regular artist.
Yeah,
I wonder what Solitaire did, because Jeff did Solitaire #1.
Yeah,
but that didn't launch until September or October, or was it no? Well, no, Sludge was in October. Solitaire came out after Sludge, so he was really on the down side of the numbers. So I bet it was less than 100.
Oh,
because I think Sludge got over 100 simply because Barry Smith's story was in there. I can't imagine.
Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers would have been if we hadn't had that. So
speaking of Scott Benefiel, David, remember that bathroom story that I told you?
Oh no, wait a minute. Is this
let me retell the story. It was Scott Benefiel, David.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to retell the story. I was hanging out with Scott at a convention.
In the bathroom?
We were going to go out to dinner, and he wanted to change his clothes, so I went up to his room and
oh my God!
went to use the bathroom. And when you're in a hotel room and somebody's using the bathroom, you can kind of hear every little thing.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm standing there, in the bedroom area, and I hear Scott in there, and I'm thinking, okay, this is awkward. And then I hear Scott crying out, "It burns! It burns!"
Scott is hilarious.
Yeah. So he
That's when you run the
situation into a lifetime memory.
If someone uses the bathroom in a hotel and you're sitting there, you run for the TV remote really quickly so you can turn it on and listen to them pee or whatever. So that's so funny.
So y'all ain't gonna hear me blowing up the spot.
All right. Do we get another?
How much time we got? I'm already inking. Are you inking already?
I'm inking.
So am I.
We got about 30 minutes. Stealth X5 for $2 says cherries, strawberry, pancakes, waffles. Just throwing a taco in there with a burrito. I think that's a burrito. An egg, a donut, and then a nice pot of tea. So you got breakfast, lunch, and dessert, but I don't know if that hard-boiled egg that's going to suffice for my dinner. I don't know. I guess maybe the burrito.
I got to throw in some protein.
Yeah. So there's Stealth making us think about food right when we're all getting hungry.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Let's see. Joe Bernardo says the Ultraverse was done by George Perez, right? But the highest rated and priced issue was the crossover with the Avengers, which left Black Knight in the Ultraverse. Yeah, we really got a winner there, didn't we? Do you remember that, Gary? They were talking like, oh man, we're going to get the Marvel character and, it's going to be really cool. And it ended up being the Black Knight. And we're like, okay.
Yeah, they always had these grand, grandiose plans. And remember when we were trying to tell them that Marvel was going to get rid of all the Ultraverse characters after they bought it out, and they just bought it just so they could
get the coloring right,
get the coloring department, and they're like, no, they're going to use our characters, and we're trying to convince them, hey, look, they didn't buy your company for the characters.
Well, and here's the sad thing about that too, because I talked to Dave Ulbrich at great length about this, and again, I don't know if I may have talked about this last week, or I don't know where it was, Professionals or someplace, right? Oh, it was with Jeff was here, because I couldn't tell you guys what the real reason was why they're not doing anything with the characters, but
you can tell us now.
No, because it involves names, and I'm not going to do that. But they had a real offer from DC, and what DC plans were to actually integrate the characters into the DCU. But then Marvel didn't want DC to have the characters for whatever reason. They didn't want them to have a win, so they came in over the top and offered. I think it was $13 million. I don't know. Dave Ulbrich would have to correct me if he's in there. And it was like $1 million more than what DC offered. So they had to take the Marvel offer. Then Marvel killed the whole line. Whereas if DC had bought it, they would have actually used those characters, and they would have actually might have been part of the DCU, and you might still have.
Wasn't Dave talking about this on your Sunday show?
Yeah, but we can't. There's some names that can't be divulged. But,
right, but I just remember that story. That's why Marvel, according to him, that's why Marvel bought it, is because they didn't want DC to have it.
Right. Well, and I mean,
that's the only reason we can. Come on, go ahead. We got more money than they do. Let's buy it just because they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Who bought these Wildcats characters? Is buried those, right?
Well, they've used them in some stuff. I remember using. Who's the guy with that Travis drew that has like the handkerchief for a mask? What's his name?
Grifter.
Yeah, he was in some big crossover event that Juergens was writing, that I was drawing. It was just a massive event, and
one of the characters is in Superman.
Yeah, so they've used them a little bit here and there,
but essentially they bought them to bury them, right?
No,
yeah, they published lots of stuff.
Not published a lot of stuff. It just didn't sell.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like you take these characters, and the fun of these characters, the charm of these characters were because they were image characters. Right? And it's like if you took Wraith of God and Marvel put it out, probably no one would buy it. And because the independent market is a different audience than what's going on in mainstream.
Oh, come on. Marvel would screw it up. They'd probably put him in like an all white and call him like Ghost Rider or something.
I don't know what you're talking about, Andy. I have no clue what you're referring to.
They'd retell the story, and the reveal is that it's Zod. He said it's the Wraith of Zod.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was thinking the Wraith of Galactus.
You said DC, man. What's the matter with you?
Wraith of Galactus. I'd read that. Wraith of God versus Galactus. Give Wraith of God the ultimate nullifier and let him go to town, man.
No, I said the Wraith of Galactus.
Well, I know, but
Well, if it's the same surfer story, then yeah, he would eventually turn against Galactus, and yeah, okay, I see where you're going there.
Yeah, I'm just.
Both of you guys, shut up.
Does anybody know? Andy, you probably know. Maybe you do. Actually, maybe David knows. What happened to the Ultimate Nullifier? Did it end up back in the negative zone, or does Reed still have it in his closet?
Good Lord, I'm not that much of a dork.
Aaron,
I have no idea.
I think that's a cool Easter egg you could include in Wraith. Just like slip the Ultimate Nullifier in the story someplace. And only the people that watch this show will know what it is.
Oh, you know what? You may be onto something. I like that. And I'll just have this bald guy who walks around and watches everything.
Yeah.
Who's that creep with no hair?
Why is he always looking in the bedroom windows?
That perv.
Yeah. He calls himself the Watcher. I'll bet he does.
Apropos.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No, in the story, he's called Looky Loo.
The lurker, the watcher, the creep in the bushes, all aliases.
My daughter was in here the other day, and
you told her to get out.
Well, no, because I was thinking about getting some more Looney Tunes figures action figures that I should have got like 15 years ago when they came out. And I go, but I got no place to put them. So I said, if you could get rid of some of my toys, which ones would you get rid of? And she was looking at one of my cases over there, and she goes,
all of them.
No. She got distracted. She goes, you should set this back up. It's fallen over. And then it was because there's a Spider-Man 39 cover action figure set that has the Green Goblin, and he's got Peter Parker, and he's, pulling him along in the air. And anyway, so it fell over. And then she goes, yeah, and this bald babyface guy fell over too. You should set him back up. And I'm like, bald babyface guy? And she pulls out the Watcher action figure.
Who's got a Watcher action figure, Aaron?
I do.
King of the Nerds.
Man.
Eric Boyd says that's why the Watcher wears that long robe.
He's like the Cabbage Patch.
What the heck is that?
They're hot rodding back here.
Okay. Well, New Mexico's that way.
Did she get her license yet, Aaron?
No. She's doing really well though, because she's like done her 3rd hour-long driving lesson with a pro. I mean, I take her out too, but they're just buzzing all over the place. So I think she's going to be. They got paid for 10 lessons, 10 driving lessons for an hour each. So hopefully that will be enough to get her over be able to pass the test.
That's cool.
Hey, Gary, what's your beef?
Oh, hang on. We can close that 4 o'clock hour. So let's. Where is it? Here we go, folks. Time for What's Gary's Beef.
What's Gary's beef?
All right, Gary, what have you got for us?
My beef is that I'm not still in Albuquerque.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, is that because of the free food?
Did you share?
Yeah. I've never been to New Mexico. I'm going in January. Andy and I will both be at that show.
Oh, you're going? Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm just going to share a few photos. Here is me driving east in Washington. Oh, I'm sorry, on the Oregon side. That's the Columbia River.
Now, how do we know that's you driving, not just some random Google image you found?
Well, you don't know.
Me, honestly, Gary. First, you're showing us rocks, calling them fossils.
You do not know that. Okay, so that's the Columbia Gorge. Let's see. Here's some cool rock formations in northern New Mexico.
Ooh.
Here's a blurry one because the road I was on was really bumpy, and I was trying to hold the camera out the car, and that's the best I could do.
I think I can see Bigfoot in back there. When it's bumpy and blurry, that's the first sign.
So when I got to Albuquerque, David was taking me around. He took me to, where's the photo? Where is it? Hold on a second, please. He took me to the mountain.
He took me to the mountain.
Is that what they call
There's the mountain. That's what's that mountain called? It's
on Tramway, off of Tramway. There's where we take the tram.
The tram up to this mountain, and the view is. Hang on, folks. Where'd it go? There it is. So this is looking down on Albuquerque.
Oh, cool.
Wow, beautiful.
Who's that black guy in the picture? I didn't know there was black people in
It's just some guy who kept following me around.
That's
we
cool.
went to downtown Albuquerque. We were looking for some cool stuff. I bought a pot from the Navajo.
Wow, you are
our dealer.
Yeah.
I can show it later if anybody's interested. And I found this little shop. Beard oil, 105 cents, made while you wait.
Oh, wow.
They make beard oil while you wait?
Beard oil, yeah. So I was contemplating if I should get some beard oil. David, of course, was cooking for me. He made his famous spaghetti that he made for the very first time. And he was asking me the question all men want to hear when they see spaghetti. Do you want meatballs with this spaghetti?
That's not even a question.
I said these balls.
Oh, see, now
So to finish the story from me missing the chicken, here's the box. Golden Pride. We got it the next day, and that's like most of the chicken has been consumed at this point.
No, this is that restaurant or that chicken place you guys went?
Yes, and they closed down. So I'm just, like I say, just showing a few photos. One more photo, the morning of my departure. It's front of David's abode as I sadly had to depart.
That's weird. I've never seen Dave happier.
I know. I was going to say, he doesn't look upset at all. So what's your beef?
That I had to leave.
You're not in Mexico. Okay, you're not in New Mexico anymore. Okay, that's right.
So I'm just showing just a few photos of some of the stuff that went on.
So, are you a guy that regularly takes vacations, Gary, or are you? Okay.
No, this is the first vacation in literally years.
And you picked David?
Well, I was going to stay at a hotel, and he, laid out the argument for.
He gave you a better rate.
Yeah, the argument for his hospitality, room and board. It's like, okay, enough said.
That sounds good.
So you clearly you took advantage of him, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, just don't get any ideas,
No.
I don't think I've ever taken a vacation that wasn't attached to a convention.
That's the same as me. Yeah.
It's pretty pathetic when you think about it, but it's true. But
I didn't really think of this as a vacation. Most vacations, you stay at a hotel and you do fun stuff in cities that you wouldn't normally go to, or you're like staying at somebody's house that you know. Does that count as a vacation?
Gosh, he's really slamming you, David.
I know that's really for all that free food you got, and that's how you're going to treat David. Wow.
No, I'm just saying that's
okay.
Like when you buy those vacation packages, they tell you how much money you're going to save because of all the hotel and stuff. Like, oh, wait a minute, I don't stay in hotels when I go on vacations. I spend the night at friends' houses.
Well, then you've answered your own question, right? That means it is a vacation, right?
Correct.
I mean, the only vacations we ever took when we were kids was like camping and fishing. We never I didn't go to Disneyland until I was
Or
18.
you would visit a relative.
Right. Exactly. There was never like, oh, let's go to the Grand Canyon and do
Yeah.
this, or let's go to, you know, it was always road trips to see somebody, and then maybe we'd see some stuff along the way.
Right.
We camped everywhere, but we did go to the Grand Canyon and camp.
Did you?
Yeah, we drove all the way from Michigan.
Oh, damn.
We drove everywhere with this camp. We went at one of those pop-up campers, you know? Those are great.
Yeah.
So to this day, my favorite vacation is just going out camping. I love camping.
Well,
Go ahead, David.
I was saying I vacationed a lot when I was a kid because my stepdad was a doctor and my mom was a real estate agent, so they had crazy money
Oh,
to
wow.
do crazy stuff. So, but me being a comic book artist, no, I was locked to the table.
Yeah. Well, my grandparents lived in Nebraska, and so we would drive there. Like my dad would get his 2 weeks vacation, and we would drive. You spend a week driving there and back, and then the other week you'd spend with the family or whatever. And we stopped on the way back. We went through South Dakota and saw Mount Rushmore, which was really, really cool. And I have not been back there since, but that was before Zod changed it in Superman 2.
Yeah.
So, update, Aaron. What's the time situation?
The time situation, Gary, is that I'm not done yet.
Okay. And what's your ETA?
Actually, I'm not in bad shape right now. Well, we're not even 4 o'clock. Let's go to 4:15. Okay, so are you guys? Is 15 more minutes enough?
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
Sure.
Andy comes in with a reputation of being someone who can meet deadlines, and yet here he is lagging behind. And I
I'm
think
slow.
he started before anybody else did, too.
Right.
Oh,
Did you?
barely before you guys were like, stop it.
Oh my gosh, you had the thing blue line before I even looked up.
I'm not even using blue, so you're not even paying attention.
You're like Rob Hunter. Like Rob came on and had the whole thing drawn before we even started. Never seen anything like it. He hasn't been back since.
Andy, would you do that imitation of Aaron again?
I already forgot what I did.
Yeah, see, Gary, it's like nobody's paying attention to anything. And he's like, you do that again. Do what? What did I just do?
Stop it. Put it down, cheater.
That's the one.
Cheater. How can I be first if you start performing? It's my show. I'm
All right,
number one.
Come to think of it, Andy, you make a good point. I don't recall anyone else on the show using the word repeatedly, cheater, like Aaron does.
Oh my God, it's his favorite word.
Okay. All right.
Aaron, no rebuttal.
No, it's. I just think that fairness should be something that we all participate in, you know. And I just.
Well, your rebuttal was okay.
I remember Aaron make me feel guilty for my preliminary sketch. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I should, because you're a big cheater.
you want to see my preliminary sketch? Like right there.
No. Hey Dan, you're part of the show now. We can't get rid of you, so you can do whatever you
Look
want.
at that. It's about 2 inches high of just scribbliness.
If you feel
That's
good
my preliminary sketch.
Hey, if you feel good about what you're doing, who am I to question it?
That's right.
I am lawless, so I don't really have any law.
Yeah, it's all about
So you can't
selective
expect me to be
morality,
obeying the law.
subjective morality.
Got to live up to my name, you know.
That is true. You are the lawless one.
Aaron, I notice you're using a French curve. Do tell us what you're inking there.
She's got some sort of weird spider blades coming off her back or something, and so
So she has like swords mounted on her back.
I don't really know what's going on there. I think those are, you know, you ever heard about who's the guy that directed the Transformers? Michael Bay, right? So I've talked to special effects guys that worked on his movies, and he will he'll say, "Oh, it'd be really cool if if we had one of these robots had a tentacle and it came in through the wall here and broke it." And they're like, "But that's not in the script, or that has nothing to do with." Yeah, but it looked really cool. So they he makes them throw this stuff in, which makes the Transformer movies just nonsensical, right? Just action that doesn't seem to
just stuff flying around. Yeah,
right. And so I think that the image guys would just start drawing stuff. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if you had these spikes coming out here? And no one ever sat down and said, "How does this actually work? And what's it for?" I don't know, but it looks cool, And so I think that's kind of what we got.
You want to know something?
What's that?
That's why we're not rich.
Exactly.
I said that's why we're not rich, because those guys will go, "Hey, let's do."
Exactly, because it doesn't have to make sense as long as it looks cool.
Exactly, and Michael Bay movies make billions of dollars.
That's right. And we can sit here and go, "That movie sucked," and he's laughing all the way to the bank.
He's all, "Suck peas." Broke bitch.
Oh, I remember when kids used to watch this show and they'd send me letters and say how they were so inspired to watch, professionals draw, and then their mom made them quit watching the show because of David's potty mouth.
Hey, I'm trying to help the kids. You better not listen. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to Rob Liefeld.
See, now the kids write letters to David.
This is like Scared Straight,
That's right.
Don't be a comic artist, kids. You gotta be a comic artist. This is what's life. It's gonna be like life is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Scared Straight, the comic book way with David Williams. Oh man!
You like being a comic artist? How about if you got to draw every day?
You're like, prison is a picnic.
What is that? It reminded me of that commercial from Saturday Night Live when Michael Jordan was on it, years ago when he was still playing for the Bulls. So this is like reenacting David walking along with this young girl. She's okay. I'm placing David in where Michael Jordan was in the commercial. Mr. Williams, could you give me some advice? Could you tell me what do I do when I have that not so fresh feeling?
Oh.
And he explains to her about the product that will help her in the commercial.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember that, but that's funny stuff. Back when Saturday Night Live was funny, you mean?
That's right.
It was in the transition where it was starting to go downhill.
I thought that Nate Bargatze episode was hilarious with the George Washington stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw that. Yeah, it's funny.
I did not.
Aaron, did you read He's a Monster's comment? I'm not going to read it.
David, can you see the screen? You read it, David.
He said, "Bitch, you got to take a bath." You should spell it BAFF.
Bath.
Bath.
You guys.
More app. Bitch, you got to wipe your ass.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to use my new Windsor.
He's a monster. I'm sorry. He's a monster. You redeemed yourself from last week.
That's right.
You made me cry. I'm sorry, Andy.
Oh no.
Don't ever tell Andy you're sorry. You'll never.
No, I interrupted him.
Man, there's no way I'm going to finish inking this.
Me either. That's the way it is when you're a
What
professional.
size are you doing yours on?
Oh, 18 by 24.
Yeah. But you got a lot of details in yours. Oh, yours 18 by 12. No, yours is not 18
by
by
2, so full of it.
Your
Talk about-
hands
my
are
hands
whole
are huge.
size. Yeah.
Guys, my hands are huge.
I was like, whoa.
It took you long enough. The second he said that, I was like, what did he just say?
His hands are the size of Cadillacs.
I'm like, I'm so, that's why I don't go out in public. People are like, oh my God, it's that freak that has the hands the size of Andre the Giant.
Yeah, normal size body.
Normal sized body and just gigantic hands.
Have you seen that Burger King commercial where the guy has like the super tiny hands? And they're advertising, like this gigantic burger or whatever, and he's got like they shrunk his hands, so he has these super tiny hands, and he can't handle it because it's too big. Wow, I wish I hadn't said that.
Joe Bernardo says Andy is a Cowboys fan. He's used to lying.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. Hopefully your Niners will do well this year.
All right. So close.
Yet so far.
Didn't you guys see the show called Severance?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the first 3 episodes, but it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of depressing. So I couldn't.
You got to watch more of it.
Oh, it's so good. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, get depressed even more before it turns around.
Got to watch the studio.
It's so odd. It's the strangest story I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. And I think, wasn't it Ben Stiller
Yeah, he's directing some of it.
Producing it or whatever. I don't know if I don't think he created it, but yeah, I thought it was good. The first couple episodes I watched, I thought were good, but it always kind of made me feel like anything I watch this dystopian, it's just kind of like I need something happy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: I'm on the second season, couple episodes left. It better have a payoff, That's one of the things that with these
all that you invested.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's
Are
there 2 seasons or 3 seasons out?
There's just 2. They are making a 3rd season apparently, but
it does.
Well, see,
it does because I finished the 2nd season. Yeah, no, it does. I think you'll like it. I'm telling you, you got to watch The Studio on Apple TV. That's funny.
Yeah, but it's got Seth Rogen in it. I can't stand it.
Dude, I know. But then I heard how funny it was, and I'm like, all right, let me look at it, and it is good.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Dan, someone named Robert Burbill, name I'm not familiar with. Hey, he's asking a question. Was the gay old men romance your favorite part? Dan, can you explain that, please?
Well, I did find that really rather nice. No. I swear, though, I'm almost used to it now. There's every single show.
Everything. Every show. Like, dude, I was watching Last of Us. And then, I know, like, spoiler alert, if you watch Last of Us in season 2, the 2nd episode or 1st episode, whatever, Pedro Pascal dies, whatever. I know that's how it is in the video game. Guess what? I don't watch the video game. That alone was enough for me to go, ugh, I don't care about this show anymore. And then they squeeze in the gay stuff with the main chick character who's
Andy, when you say gay stuff, don't say squeeze in.
Yeah.
Then they squeezed in the gay stuff, and oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid that stuff. It's everywhere.
Hey, don't say hard with gay stuff.
But this story is actually, it's so strange that it sort of seems to not be out of place.
It feels quite comfortable, actually, for Dan.
It's like a glove.
They conditioned me. They conditioned me.
Changing the subject, Darren.
Yeah.
Could you look at the clock again, please?
A second here. I'm getting my circle templates done. 3 minutes. How's that?
You're a man of your word.
Well, I said 4:15, didn't I? I said
Yep.
that. All right. I keep buying pens and then they just keep piling up on my desk and I can't even find anything now. It's like there's.
That's how my desk was. And then and what happens? I go back to using a brush.
Yep.
Damn it.
I'm like totally being random on Wraith of God because I will for some reason, I'll just go, I think I'll ink this panel with a brush. And then I ink it with a brush. And then I get tired of cleaning the brush. And so I go back to the pens.
You get tired of dipping the brush in water.
No, well, I usually do a pretty thorough job of cleaning.
Okay.
Gary. So I'm very
heads up, Aaron. Sequential Treasures says, don't forget the war paint on Zealot's face.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, are any of you guys interested in some free Nikes? Because I was going to go out.
What do I have to do to get them?
I was going to go to the LA riots and.
Oh.
Oh, see,
Give me a new iPhone, by right?
Yeah,
yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Those are really, they're hot, man.
Yeah.
Latest thing.
There's actually pictures of Zealot without face paint on. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. These guys are just so freaking inconsistent.
Man, she's not Zealot if she's not wearing the face paint.
Yeah. Really,
why does she have that little Indian red dot on her forehead?
You know, if you just would have drawn voodoo hugging a pole, you'd be done by now.
Yeah, because Gandhi hit it.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
He said, I'm going to cut that ass.
Yeah, apparently Gandhi got around, man. I didn't realize about it.
Wow, the Gandhi tag.
Okay. Even people in the chat are offended by what David's saying. They're like,
I don't think they
dang.
are.
Well, the chat is taking orders for David. They're listing what they want him to get.
Seriously, man, like the stripes on her face, some of them are pointed, some of them are not. They're squared off.
Who drew it? Or is it all Jim Lee?
Well, Jim Lee's first drawing of her has they're squared off, but then this other one I got from him, he has points on them.
Aaron, you're not going to want to hear this.
Oh god. Yeah.
You know, women can't make up their mind.
Art of Roy says, Aaron, you drew her boomerang blades wrong. 2 up, 1 down.
How do I phrase this?
Here we go.
Don't care.
Here it comes.
Don't care. This is artistic interpretation.
Yeah, I should have drawn Mr. Majestic. Would have been so much easier.
Art of Roy, that was the diplomatic answer from Aaron.
Yeah,
I should have drew that fidget.
That's what I was talking about. That seriously.
Yeah.
Short dude in suit.
The little dude with the cigar.
Yep.
I'm all about characters smoking. I think it's healthy.
It is. And if your kid smokes because of a comic book, that's just bad parenting.
That's exactly what I say.
Brian Smith is recommending you use the Chinese red for the war paint.
If only I had time to color it, I would be all over that.
We're actually over the time limit.
Okay,
So no, there's not enough time for color.
Come on, y'all. Gary's got things to do, bitches to feed. You know.
When will it end? Yeah. Okay, so let's think about wrapping this up here. We're over. Oh, Scotsman TV for 5. Thank you very much for that. I'm ahead of you, Gary. He says, absolutely killing it, boys. My Apple Pencil Procreate digital inking muscle, wow, is literally shaking right now. Been inking a lot of Lawless lately. More. I don't know if he means more for him or more for us, but Skullnasher says Lopez is just incompetent. That there's some truth in that as well. People are demanding, Artavory's demanding that I draw it correctly, and that's a surefire way to make sure I don't do it correctly. Rand Arrington for 20. Thank you, sir. Great show, guys. Super funny. Great art. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? All right. So
The Vespa guy said, I've also heard that the ladies love that Gandhi.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm going to start getting letters from parents now. All right. I'm done. So we're going to.
Oh, I'm done. Look at me. Give me a freaking ribbon. My show and I'm done.
Yeah, you want a cookie, Aaron?
I can't.
You get a gold star.
I can't really explain this, what I'm about to say, because I just can't believe that Andy would have that big of an effect on the show. But we have really, really good numbers right now. You guys, if you're not regulars to the show, please hit the like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And I guess we'll give Andy a little bit of credit for.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we've got Andy. So McFarlane, McSchmarlin.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
Who needs the rest of these guys? Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to show mine first. So this is Zealot getting after it. There you go.
Oh, wait. I could have just done something that would be in a coloring book?
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay. This is what we call next.
Well, then I am done.
This is what we call. Oh my god!
In that case, stop drawing.
Yeah, I'm done.
This is next level, Andy. Okay, that's what we're talking about here.
That's a man, baby.
No, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh! Vespa guy for 20. Thank you, Vespa. He says thanks for the art and the laughs today, gentlemen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe Bernardo says, are those Doc Ock arms? Holy crap. Am I taking heat or what?
Wow. I don't even agree.
Get your cannonball out.
No, Dumbest Name says, that's great. That's a great zealot, Aaron. Don't listen to them. I'm not going to.
Can I see a little face a little closer? It looks good, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Mucky says, did you draw that with the wrong hand? Oh, my.
Sheesh.
Wow. Okay,
tough
that's
crowd
it.
today. Tough crowd.
Hang on. We had to get one of them in there, and there it is, Mucky.
Yeah, and Dan, why did you qualify your compliment? You said that looks good, actually.
Wait, what did I say?
Exactly what
good,
Gary
actually.
There's her face.
No, that did. That came out really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
Really nice.
Love your art, Aaron, but that might be the laziest piece you've done.
Oh my god!
What the?
Wow.
God.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
That's like that. Wow.
You should do a cannonball just to cover everybody, including me.
I guess there's only one thing. At this point, there's only one thing left to do. Now that covers everybody. All right. Oh, that's me. We don't need to see me. Okay, so David, you're next. Let's see.
Ooh,
oh, that's cool.
I like it, man. That's awesome, man.
Just think how awesome that'd be if it was done, but it's not. So,
I don't want him to rush it though. That's cool.
it is cool. What is that stuff coming off his back?
It's like
they're like horns,
isn't it?
Horns.
Some weird horns that he put on there.
Yeah, weird. You know, I actually think these are good characters. They're pretty well designed characters.
Yeah.
You can't miss. I'd pick any one of them, any of these characters to draw. They're all pretty cool.
My favorite part is when David does these hands coming at camera, that is so hard to do, and you do it so nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks solid. They're not wimpy hands at all.
Yeah, the rest of the drawing's crap, but the hands are like right there.
So much of your drawings, though, in comics is hands and face. You get your hands and face right, the other stuff is almost forgivable. Although you know how to do that too, David. So.
Look at Dan just handing out left-handed compliments right and left there. He's just
I'm talking about the strategy of doing a good drawing.
No, I love that piece. That's great. That's almost as good as mine. And that's, saying something.
And
okay.
His isn't even half finished.
I know. So I guess when he finishes, it'll be better than mine. Let's see what Dan Lawless has to offer us today.
All right.
Can we get that, Lucas?
Oh, that is nice. Look at that face.
Wow.
Eyes look a little warped.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I really like that hand, his right hand, the one behind him there. That looks really good.
The arthritic hand, not so much, but
but that one behind him is really
well,
nice.
the one behind him is awesome.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I just needs a little work on the. It needs a little work on the face. It just isn't quite there.
I like that. That's really good, powerful, and we're going to teach Dan how to ink next week. So maybe
throwing down.
I'm glad I didn't get that one in the mail.
Oh God, I know that's a lot of work. I'm still working on that garbage man you sent me, Dan. Still haven't finished that.
Wait, sludge? You mean?
Was it sludge? Oh, it was sludge. Yeah. Okay. What's the difference?
Kind of the same character.
Finally, he says it.
No, I always said the garbage man was my version of sludge because Gerber didn't write him the way. Oops. What happened to? Did I just? There he is. Okay, there Dan's back. Okay.
You kicked him out.
All right, Andy. Let's see what contribution you've got for us.
All right, give me 1 sec. I just want to at least get this outline a little more solid because it is.
Hurry up!
Nowhere close to being done. Wait.
I forgot he had all that weird metal crap.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, he's nowhere close to being done.
It's cool.
Okay.
But what I can show you, if I get real close, it's really hard to tell. Aaron, I used the Sharpie whiteout pen right there. You can't even see it.
Yeah.
Does he have like a 20-pack?
I was going to say, are those?
Oh, that's all the metal stuff. He's got 6.
I love that face.
So anyhow, I'll get it done, and it'll be on Twitter tomorrow. With black.
Sequential Treasures says Andy wins. It's no contest this week, but
it's not even close to being done.
But
thanks a lot, James.
We have no respect for James' opinion on this show, so therefore
good. I mean, not good, James, but just.
Yeah, we just read James's comments for laughs.
Yeah, that Warblade is looking mighty sick, says GJ Martinez. Bearwolf 13, who just insulted me, says, nice. There's a winner. I don't know if he's talking about Dan's piece or Andy's piece.
Mine.
Yeah, I'll do a little whiteout because I just made a little mess up.
Andy crushed this assignment. Okay.
Just go.
Chris Maycock says, I give it to Dan, but Chris, who asked you? That's the question.
Hey, Chris knows a lot of things. Obviously, very intelligent.
Chris is obviously very intelligent guy.
Oh, very astute and observant.
He understands art.
And a cultured man as well.
There you go, Chris. You've won the heart of Dan Lawless. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up, but I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat and all the super chats, you guys. Obviously, I say it every week, but it's so true. We could not do this show without you. We appreciate the support. We have a mega audience today. I guess we have to give Andy Smith some credit for that.
Oh.
It pains me to do it. But thank you guys for showing up. Do hit that like and subscribe. And also, we don't really push our products that well on this show, much to Dan Lawless's chagrin. But
I know I don't even have anything, and I'm telling you guys, you got to push your products.
But Wraith of God 3 Fear Hollow is my graphic novel that's out right now on Indiegogo, and you'll find a link in the description of this video. Also, David Williams and EVS's Fearsome. You can still back that. You'll find a link in the description.
That's going to be a good one.
It has Lilith coming up, and you can do the early sign up there for that campaign. That's in the description of this video. Gary Martin's Brush with Destiny, his inking art book. You can find a link to order that book. It is done and ready to go. You get shipped immediately. And then also Dan Lawless's YouTube channel, where you go to find great tutorials on drawing comics and drawing comic book characters. So all those links are in there. You guys check them all out. And again, we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, Aaron.
Yep. There it is. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Corn dogs. Corn dogs. Corn dogs.
Thank you.